What's up guys, Mitch from the DIYRecordingStudio.com, and this week we have some really exciting news. I am going to NAMM. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be working with a company you should all be familiar with, but more on that in a minute. Fabfilter have teased the PRO-Q 4 is coming out soon with some exciting new features. Behringer have released even more guitar pedal clones and have also confirmed that they're returning to NAMM as well. Mike Fuller from FullTone's has got himself into some hot water again over some Twitter beef. And as always, we have a free plugin. It's a classic this time, but something you should definitely look at if you don't have it. But that's enough from me. Let's get into it. So, super exciting news. Thanks to Z&H Designs, I'm heading over to NAMM in 2025. So Z&H are gonna have a booth there, and if any of you are keen, you should definitely book a session. I'll put links to this down below. There's me and two other awesome content creators. Shout out to Sean from Raccoon Point Studios and Will Santana as well. Super excited to meet you both while I'm there as well. If you want to stop by and test out some Z&H gear, you can book online. And you can also obviously just pop in and say g'day as well. I'd be super keen to meet anyone that's going to be at NAMM. Anyone that follows me on this channel or anyone that's interested in Z&H Designs gear, definitely make a booking, come in, say g'day, and keep a lonely Australian some company while I'm over in the States for the first time. Anyway, super excited. Thanks Z&H. I'll definitely have more on me going to NAMM in the lead up to all of this exciting stuff in the coming weeks, but stay tuned for that one. In other exciting news, Fabfilter have teased in a very short trailer the new release of PRO-Q 4. So it's been a while since I've updated PRO-Q 3. There's some exciting stuff in this one. Let's have a look. So this is interesting. They've got full spectral dynamics this time. So something akin to like resonator suppression plugins, which looks dope. Like this is really cool. I'd expect to see this in an update because everyone else is doing it. They've got a spectral density thing here. That's pretty cool. This is cool, having an instance list of all the plugins. This would make workflow incredibly quick. I love this idea. This is like a really cool thing for just quick mixing and balancing. Very cool. That's awesome. It's great to be able to see what you're doing. Yeah, very cool. That EQ sketch is pretty cool, like if you want to draw something in quicker, if you're a bit slower with the functionality. Oh, whoa, so you can fine tune. That was cool. You can actually fine tune the dB octaves of your high pass filters. Very cool. Saturation, everyone's favorite thing at the moment. That's awesome as well. If people don't know what that icon means, that icon there is a transformer, so that's cool. So some amazing features in that new Fabfilter update, and it's just really exciting to see what they've added. You know, adding saturation, adding the new dynamics, and all of that stuff makes this Fabfilter plugin, the PRO-Q 4, almost like a one-stop shop. They're really cementing themselves as like a, you know, a Swiss Army knife kind of tool there. Let me know in the comment section. Are you guys keen for the PRO-Q 4? Have you got the Fabfilter PRO-Q 3? Or are you just maybe interested because you don't have PRO-Q3. It's one of those plugins I think everyone should have, and especially with this update, it will definitely be one that most people should get. But let me know in the comment sections down below, are you going to get the PRO-Q4? Interested to see. In other release news, Behringer have released not one but two pedals. They've got the Behringer 69 Vibe, which is a Uni-Vibe pedal, which has chorus and vibrato settings. Very, very cool pedal. If anyone's familiar with the original Uni-Vibe, vintage ones can, you know, get quite expensive, and they're going to price themselves into the market with more of these affordable pedal clones, which is kind of cool. They also released a more obscure pedal, the Brassmaster fuzz thing here, which is based on a famous fuzz pedal. And yeah, just really cool options on this pedal. I like they went for this as opposed to something like a Rat or a Big Muff. Like, this is something that is, you know, a little bit different, has that Big Muff kind of sound to it, really aggressive kind of fuzz distortion, but has other options. Really, really cool. And what's mostly cool, I think, about this release is that Behringer are shifting the focus from their cheaper pedal clones, you know, the stock standard plastic ones that everyone's familiar with that cost, you know, $50 here in Australia, to these, you know, mid-tier priced pedals that are clones of really expensive vintage pedals. It's really cool. They're using fully metal enclosures. Their pedals are a little bit less gaudy to look at. Behringer logo is more subtle. They're rocking that same Behringer logo that we see on their studio hardware as well, like the Neve 33609 clone. What do you guys think about this? I'm keen to know, because Behringer have always been a little bit controversial, obviously, or, you know, a lot controversial in some regards, but they're trying to obviously make things of a higher quality in some regards, and they're trying to target these clone parts of the market, which is really interesting, you know, like with all their synth releases, the pedal releases that are coming out now, and then their studio hardware releases. It's kind of an exciting time to see what they're doing and shifting away from that lower bottom tier part of the market into more mid-tier products focused at real artists and real performers and real studio engineers. Very interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. More on Behringer in a minute. Mike Fuller from FullTone Pedals is at it again. He has unfortunately got himself into some more hot water with some, you know, pretty insulting things he said on social media. If anyone's familiar with Mike Fuller, one of his most famous pedals is the OCD. Great pedal. He makes awesome pedals, but he's, you know, controversial as well. All I'll say is this is not a political channel. I'm not going to bring my politics ever into this channel. That's not what this channel's about. But all politics aside, no one should be promoting violence against another person. Doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you land on. Promoting violence against other people isn't okay. And for what he wrote, it's pretty bad. And obviously he's just going to continue doing those kind of things. So I don't know, is it going to end up in another FullTone product boycott? Who knows? Just thought I'd mention it. It's a controversial thing happening in the week. Yeah. What are your thoughts on FullTone pedals? I've got heaps of mates that use them. You know, sometimes they regretfully use them. Let's just say that. Anyway, in more Behringer news, they have also controversially come out against critics saying that they don't just make vaporware. In a recent social media post on Instagram, they said no other company delivers as many innovative and affordable products as we do. Now, I'd take that with a grain of salt. Innovative, maybe. If making things cheaper is innovative, and you know it is, their biggest innovation is making things affordable, I think. They've made some good products over the years, and more recently, I think they're making good products. But, you know, they've still got a ways to come. If you saw my Behringer 369 unboxing and demo, there was some issues with that product, like great sounding unit, horrible knobs on it. Needs some work, all right? I wouldn't be boasting, you know, that we're that innovative, you know, when you're cutting corners and have knobs that break as soon as you use them. But anyway, affordable, yeah, I'll agree with that. Like, they've made things affordable and given people access to gear they otherwise wouldn't have the chance to use. So I've got to pay credit to that. And more exciting than any of that, they've said they're returning to NAMM after 10 years away, and plan to launch another 6 to 8 groundbreaking products. So they've already had I think they're releasing like a pedal a week at the moment. So I'm assuming there's going to be more guitar pedal clones coming out. Exciting to see that. There's probably some synthesizers or other, drum machine modules or something like that probably coming out in that space. And then I'd be very, very interested to see what else they're going to release in line of the pro studio or home studio, project studio market, the mid-tier kind of studio market, because what they've done so far is kind of interesting. You guys seem to be really interested in that too. It says that they've had stuff that's been on hold, like the planned Jupiter 8, CS80 and Juno 60 clones. A Lindrum clone is also now finally in production. So man, like if they release a Jupiter or a Juno clone, I'm probably going to get one, if not both of those, especially if they're quite affordable. Like I would love to have a couple of good synths in the studio. It's not something that I do all the time here, but just having synths in the room can be a real great creative device. Same as having guitars. There's a reason why we have guitars hanging up in our studios. It's because someone can grab it, play, and start writing. Having synths, same deal. So if they make some affordable Jupiter clones and stuff, they're gonna, I imagine, sell very, very well. And then they say they plan to launch several more products. So on top of these releases, they're on track to launch another 6 to 8 groundbreaking products. So really interesting news there. Really excited to see what they do more in the studio side of their releases. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think they're gonna release? Are they gonna release maybe more compressors, more Neve clones, more, hopefully not 1176s, there's enough of those. Hopefully something exciting that no one else is really touching. That'll be really interesting to see where they go further in this kind of mid-tier market they're trying to hit. Anyway, very cool. Now on to our free plugin of the week. And this week it's a classic, but one that if you don't have, you should have it. And I say that because also I've been meaning to get this plugin forever, and shout out to Mitta from Tommy Rock for reminding me to get this plugin the other day. If you don't have Trash, you should go get it. There is a free light mode. The full version is not free, but the light mode is excellent. And we'll jump into a session right now and have a listen to it. And this session is a track that I've shown on this channel before by a local band called Pulse. Shout out to you boys. Cool, and these drums are just roughly mixed at the moment. And what I've done, I've put Trash on my close room, my far room, and my snare. They're completely bypassed at the moment, but let's have a listen to the drums. Not a bad drum sound so far. Now, this room, this close room here, it's about, a meter or so away from the drum kit. It's a ribbon mic. Let's put Trash on. Have a listen. And like a compressor, it's gonna really clamp down on the transients. It has a built-in limiter, which is excellent for controlling transients. And the saturation also helps do that. So you got your drive. And you could, really get like a trash mic kind of thing going on. I'm going for something a little more subtle than that on this microphone. Now the mix knob is excellent on this, but this is the most exciting part about it, the tilt dial. What I'm going to show you. As you increase the drive and the harmonic content, you're going to get more harshness in your cymbals sometimes. So this tilt, what it does is help you bring some of those high frequencies down. Now you don't need much of it. There's pretty good. And it's just bringing up the energy of that. Let's have a listen to the mix. Off. It's just bringing up some of the excitement in that room mic there, which is kind of cool. Now, my far room, now you can hear that really pulling up the volume a lot, so I'm going to put the auto gain on. Now that's really cool. What it's doing is bringing up the overtones a lot more in the snare drum in the room. It's bringing up that ring, and it's pushing into the reverb that I have set up for that room to make it sound bigger and making it a bit wider. And once again, giving it more snare and kick attack on that ribbon mic there. Let's have a listen now. It really adds a lot of weight to the snare, especially with that tilt. I love the tilt there. It really helps control the cymbals. So you're not getting too much of that, because distortion plugins can make all that stuff really harsh. And so do compressors. What I love about this is with the limiter, the saturation and clipping that it's got in there, and then that tilt, you've got something that can really shape the tonality and the dynamics of a snare drum or drum kit or anything for that matter. It could be really useful on vocals, on bass. Excellent, excellent plugin, but I really love it on drums. It does a really good job, and let's try it now on snare drum. So here's my snare bus. And you can hear there, it's like working once again, a bit like a compressor. It's bringing up some of the ghost notes. It's clamping down a bit on some of the harsher transients on the snare. Yeah, I'm going to turn the auto gain off because I just want it to do its own thing. And yeah, see how it sounds in the mix. Also, should mention, I love that auto gain feature that it just level matches for you. Like, that's really important to hear what something's doing. I love that. Should be in more plugins, the auto gain feature, the auto makeup gain. That should be in everything. It really brings up that body of the snare in a way that sometimes compressors don't do. Brings up that fatness and that body, but still cuts through the mix in a really nice way. Sometimes a compressor can be too obvious, and it can be obvious that it's clamping down, whereas this, the limiter and the saturation, does a really, really good job of that. Like, I can see myself using this instead of things like an 1176, where I want compression and saturation, or limiting and saturation all at once. This is really great. And if the plugin's this good as a light version without some stuff, man, I'd love to see the full version. Let me know in the comment sections. Do you guys use Trash? If not, you should go get it. Do you use the light version or do you use the full version? But this plugin is excellent. Like, everyone should go get this light version. Can't recommend it enough. Let's have a listen just very quickly without the plugin on. It should be really obvious what's happening there. The snare's coming up in the mix in the right way, coming forward. It's bringing up the rest of the drum kit sound in a nice way on those room mics and saturating them in a very cool way. Very, very excellent plugin. Go get it. Can't recommend it enough. Anyway, so that's it for this week. What are you guys most excited about? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Don't forget, you can book a session to come drop in and test out all that great Z&H design stuff with me at NAMM for January. If you're going to attend NAMM, you can book a time slot and come see me. It's plenty free. All right. Cool. And yeah, definitely drop by if you plan to go to NAMM. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you excited about the latest Behringer releases or the possible upcoming Behringer releases? Are you keen to get your hands on the Pro-Q4? I know I am. That's an excellent looking plugin. If you have any questions about anything, don't forget you can add me on Instagram or email me at mitch@thediyrecordingstudio.com. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mitch from the DIYrecordingstudio.com. I'll catch you soon.